What's going on, kings and queens? Coming back to you guys again. Twin Vibrations here. I'm so happy and grateful to be here with you guys. Drop one thing in the chat that you're grateful for. Today, we're going to be... Wait, hold on. First things first, what are you grateful for, bro?
Grateful for life. I'm grateful for my immune system. And I'm grateful for you, bro.
I'm grateful for the air in my lungs. I'm grateful for my family. And I'm grateful for healing.
Powerful.
Let's go. So we're going to get into Teachability Index. This is a big one, right? Especially if you want to reach certain levels of success. Something that I'm learning right now is that the most successful people in the world, believe it or not, are the most teachable, right? As men, right, or as people in general, we all have egos, right? And in my opinion, ego stands for edging God out, right? And I feel like when you are having an ego, you're not open and ready to receive. You kind of put on this persona, this wall goes up where you're no longer teachable. And just like in any business or any skill or any, relationship that you're in, if you fail to be teachable, if you fail to be coachable, if you fail to learn, if you fail to have your hands open and receive, you're not going to get the desired result, right? You're not gonna get to that place of being, bro. Can you go over the Teachability Index a little bit better?
So the Teachability Index goes with two variables: your willingness to learn and your willingness to change. This was a big one for me because I really didn't understand how powerful the Teachability Index was once understood, then applied, right? Knowledge is not power unless applied. And the only way you can apply it is if you remember, okay? So the Teachability Index, like I said, is composed of two variables, and I'm going to be going over the first variable. First, your willingness to learn. In order to be teachable, you have to understand the first variable is your willingness to learn. And you might feel this new willingness to learn when it comes to a new activity, when it comes to a new skill, right? Say you want to learn the language German, or if you want to learn how to play the flute, right? You may have a high willingness to learn. You're like, I really, really want to learn this. I really, really want to learn how to play the flute. I really, really want to learn how to have a conversation with someone in German, right? That's having the high willingness to learn. What was it like when you came across the willingness to accept change, the second variable?
Wow. See, the willingness to accept change, I remember my mentor, he said, if you continue to do the things that you've always done, you will continue to get what you've always got. It's something similar like that, right? If you continue to do the things that you've always done, you'll continue to have what you've always got, right? And I hope I'm saying that correctly, but the main point is that if you continue to do the same exact things, right, but you're not willing to change those things, if you're learning something new, then you're not going to get the desired result, right? So a lot of the times we can be teachable, we can be coachable, but are we really willing to change? Cut this out. But the main question is, are we will?
We can be teachable, we can be coachable. So start there.
We can be teachable, we can be coachable, but the main thing is,
we can be teachable, we can be coachable. I am present. God is speaking through me. God speak through me. God speak through me.
The thing is, we could be teachable, we could be coachable, but are we really being...
Do we have that willingness to accept change? We can be,
The thing is, we could be teachable and we could be coachable, but do we really have that willingness to change, right? Because if you continue to wake up at the same times, if you continue to do the things that you've always done, if you continue to eat the same foods, if you continue to do the same things that you do on a daily basis, but you're not changing anything, saying the same words, hanging out with the same people, thinking the same thoughts, believing the same beliefs, you're never going to be able to change whatever it is that you are desiring, right? You're never going to be able, I said that the wrong way, you're never going to be able to get the desired result that you want if you're not going to change the things that you were doing before, right? And one thing that I struggled with in the past is not being able to break my old paradigm when it comes to, certain people are destined for this level of success because, they were born into this family, right? Or, they had similar advantages over me, right? I really had to change my belief system and continue to track down what I was willing to change, right? So my main assignment for you guys is I want you guys to make a list, right? I want you guys to do a self-evaluation. And for the year of 2022, I want you to write down what worked for me, right? Did you wake up early? Did you create a schedule, right? What did you go to the gym? What worked for me, right? And for number 2, I want you to write down what didn't work for me, right? So now you're aware, okay, this didn't work for me, right? And then number 3, the next thing, I want you to write down, what are you willing to change? Or what can I get better at? What am I willing to change? Because we know what we did well. We know what we didn't do well, but now you have to take action. You have to change them. So what am I willing to change? Right? How do you feel about that, brother? Like, what do you think about them creating a self-evaluation list?
I think the self-evaluation list is very powerful as long as you're being humble about the experience. You're maintaining your humility throughout the process, and you're basically taking the ego out of that entire self-reflection, right? Most people are most afraid of thinking. You have to understand that. Most people would rather die than think. So you have to understand the way I've been believing, the things that I've been doing, the habits that I've been creating has led me up to this point. What is it that I'm going to have to change in order to get different results? He said it. In order to have things that you've never got, you're going to have to do things that you've never done, right? So there's going to be things that you're going to have to change, and it's all going to start with your beliefs, right? The teachability index, your willingness to learn, your willingness to accept change. You can have a 10 for willingness to learn, but if you have a 0 for your willingness to accept change, 10 times 0 is 0, right? So if I ask you, hey, I'm going to need you to stop believing what you've been believing, are you going to say, I feel naked, right? And you're not gonna wanna change that belief. Or if I tell you to, do something that you haven't normally done, maybe wake up at a certain time, maybe implement some new habits, maybe stop doing what you've been doing, maybe stop watching as much Netflix, how are you gonna respond to that, right? Because how you respond to that, according to also your willingness to learn, that's gonna determine your level of teachability. Right? So do your self-evaluations, really reflect and think, right? Most people won't think. I said this. Most people would rather die than think. So really think and ask yourself, what's been working for me? What hasn't been working for me? What can I improve on? What can I change? And that is when you will be able to determine your teachability index.
And I feel like, to add, I feel like your teachability index should be with anybody, right? Mainly, you should be following people that have the results that you want, or have been where you are. But if someone is not where you want to be and they have something to say, you never know what might help, or you never know if you might need that connection in the future. So you never want to go off and pretend like you don't need their opinion, or you don't need, their point of view.
Have selective hearing.
Have selective hearing. Acknowledge what they have to say, but be like, you know what? I'm not going to use it anyway. Especially if they don't have the results that you want. You always want to come off as a likable, teachable person. Those are the people that really succeed in life. Those are the people that reach astronomical levels. It all comes down to your willingness to learn and your willingness to change. Overall, your teachability index. I hope you guys have gained some massive value from this short video. This is Twin Vibrations here. We'll see you guys at the next video. Much love, kings and queens. Stay blessed. Let's go.
Let's go.